We have a seat waiting for you in the Delmarva Life audience. Come be part of the fun. To book your seat, just visit delmarvalife.com and click on the show tab or call 443-880-9116. Well, it's hard to miss mums this time of year. They're usually recognized by their vibrant domes of so many colors. And this time of year, you want to keep the lush plants in bloom as long as possible. And joining us today to help with that is garden expert Ginny with the University of Maryland Extension Office. Thanks for joining us.
Pleasure
Always
to be
good
here.
to see you. Now, there are many types of mums. You brought,
yes.
These are decorative mums?
These are all decorative mums, and the ones that you can almost always get at a garden center are the decorative ones because they're the easiest to grow.
Right, but there are several other kinds of mums, and we have a list here.
Yeah.
We have the spider mums, the spoon mums, never heard of them. Daisy mums I've heard of,
Yes.
and pom-pom mums, which I think they all look like pom-pom mums. Of course, the decorative mums, quill mums, and button mums.
Well, all of the different names have to do with how the flowers are formed.
Oh, okay.
So like a quill mum is really neat because the petal actually opens up like a quill. The spoon mums look like a little spoon, like you could actually take the petal off and use it as an itty bitty spoon.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they do it. The spider mum has really long petals that look like a spider.
And the daisy mums?
Look like daisies.
All right,
It's
not
so
too
easy.
hard to figure out. Okay, so we go and we buy our mums.
Yes.
Usually they're decorative mums. Do we plant them right away?
You know, that's your choice. A lot of people like to get them and they go, oh, this is absolutely gorgeous. I'll put it in a decorative container. I'll have it on my step, or I'll have it on my front porch or my entryway, whatever. And then you're going to use it at that point as an annual. Because you're going to keep it watered, let it grow, let it bloom and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the season, just toss it out.
Right.
If you want it to be a perennial in your perennial garden, as soon as it starts to bloom, you go ahead and choose it because you love the colors, and you put where it's going to be, knowing that next year it's going to be larger. Because actually, this is very small because it's in a small pot, and the larger the container or being outside, the more room it's going to need.
So if you plant them in your flower garden, you're using it as a perennial.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So what about where to plant them? Where's the best place to plant these things?
These guys love full sun.
They do.
Absolutely. So if you put them in an area where there's lots of full sun, and just any good garden soil would be very happy for all of these guys.
Okay. And watering?
Well, you know, like everything that's green, it does need to be watered.
Right.
And especially when you consider these guys have been used to being watered every day. These are water junkies. So what you need to do is kind of wean them off that, but water them 2 to 3 times a week in the very beginning. And then as the temperatures cool down, you can go down to 1 or 2 times a week to water, but they do need to be watered.
Now, what about fertilizer?
You know, they've already been fertilized in the container, so you don't need to worry about it this year. And I would say wait until next year.
All right. Now, we were talking about mulch. You don't actually put mulch on top of your mums.
Well, actually, when you think about it, when you plant the plant like this right here, I put mulch all the way around it.
Right.
Okay. And then in the late fall, when the frost kills the plant all the way down to the ground, you come back and you prune it with about 1 inch high. Resist the urge to put mulch over top of it, because mulch on top of it retains too much water, and the plant will actually rot.
Really?
Yeah, that's called the crown of the plant, where the stems are, and it will rot, and you don't want that.
Okay, you mentioned pruning. We want to prune them when and how much?
Okay, when they're actively growing in the springtime, okay, they're going to come up about 1 inch to 2 inches high. When they get to be 2 inches high, snip them back to 1 inch. That'll cause them to branch out. Like this guy has lots and lots of branches. Then let them get 4 inches high, and then cut them back down to 2 inches, and then leave them be.
Okay.
And they'll do their thing, but they'll be more compact instead of being all kind of sprawly all over the place.
Well, what about in the fall, though? I mean, you're just buying them, you're just planting them. Do I need to prune them?
No. Just let them be.
Let them be.
Plant them in the ground and enjoy them. Water them when they need to, and wait until they die in the cold.
Yeah. Now, I know they come up in the spring. They come up kind of full.
Yes.
Can you divide them so that you can spread them out?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, I would wait at least the second year. Just so that they can go ahead and get a really good root system. But all you have to do is determine where they are. When they first start coming up, you can see them. It's easy to see. And that's when they're going to be able to be dug without going into shock.
Okay.
So you just kind of look at them, cut them in half or quarters, dig up what you want, leave the rest there.
What if you come out in the spring and they're dead? I mean, what happens?
Sometimes that happens because the root system wasn't really good, or maybe we didn't water enough in the fall. There's all kinds of little reasons, but you know what? Every fall there's more.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of which, are there other plants that are good to plant in fall?
Oh, absolutely. For fall decorations, there's the decorative kale and cabbages. They're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And if you don't like any of these colors here, and you like purples and blues, there's always the asters.
Oh.
And they're a little taller, a little bit more wispy, smaller flowers, more delicate, but they're in the blues and the purple family. Gorgeous.
All right. Thank you, as always, Jenny. Good information on the mums.
you.
I love mums this time of year. You know fall is here when you see the mums. And if you would like to learn more about caring for mums, go to delmarvalife.com and click on the show tab. Well, still ahead on Delmarva Life, she is a sight to see out of the water and her history runs deep. Brian takes us aboard the classic racing yacht Elf. Why this boat is so important to maritime history. Delmarva Life, we'll be right back.